Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. Guys, today in this video, we are going to understand basic configuration of Cisco ASA Firewall. If you are completely fresher in firewall, if even if you don't know how to configure basic things on ASA Firewall, don't worry, I am going to make you understand everything from the scratch. Even you are fresher in security domain, even you don't know how to enable SSH or Telnet on Cisco ASA, how to configure IP addresses on Cisco ASA firewall interfaces, no problem. You can understand from the scratch. I am going to discuss each and every basic configuration step by step. I am going to explain very slowly as well, because I am considering you guys as a completely fresher in this domain, in security domain. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's begin. Here you can see this is my topology, and on this ASA. Okay, so this is my topology. Here you can see I have access of Cisco ASA. So first thing that you need to understand here is how to configure host name, right? First of all, this is user mode, right? This is user mode. This is, here you cannot say this is user mode, this is actually unprivileged mode, right? So if you want to go in privileged mode, here we need to run command enable, right? And by default there is no any password configured on this ASA, so just you need to hit enter twice. Okay, so you can see now I have access in privileged mode. Here we can check running configuration. There are some default configuration on this ASA, so if you want to check those configuration, you can run so running configuration command like router. So it will be so run. Okay, by using this command you can check default configuration on firewall. So here you can see these are interfaces of this firewall, and we have not configured anything on any interfaces of this firewall. Later on we are going to discuss how to configure these interfaces as well. Okay, so first of all let me tell you that how to configure host name. And you can see these are policies, these are pre-configured policies on Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, and there is no ICMP, so it will not allow ICMP traffic by default. Right, now go to privilege mode, and to configure host name you have to go in global configure mode. So for that you need to run command configure terminal here. Okay, then you can see I have access in global configure mode. Here I can run command host name and suppose ASA, right? And now you can see host name of this ASA is changed. But on the router, if you want to remove host name, you can run command no host name ASA, right? By running this command you can remove the host name configuration from router, but here you cannot run no host name ASA command. Let me show you on the router. As you already know, I think that we can run no host name command on router, but on Cisco ASA we cannot run no host name command, right? On the router, let me configure host name as just say R1. Okay, earlier default name was router, and now you can see name is R1. And if you will run no host name R1, you can see again the default host name is router, but you cannot run this command on Cisco ASA. Okay, so these are very basic things you need to keep in mind. Okay, here we are going to understand the Telnet configuration as well, SSH configuration as well. As you know, this is my inside network. First of all, let me make you familiar with this topology. See, here in the topology I am considering this network as my inside network and this network as my outside network. You can consider this network as ISP network, internet network, right? And this is your inside network. You can say this is your private network, you can say this is your trusted network, right? And this is public network, this is untrusted network, this is outside network. Whatever you want to call, you can say. Fine. Now I am going to configure IP address on the interface of Cisco ASA. So here you can see on this ASA, I have connected two switch 1 and switch 2. Switch 1 is connected through Ethernet 0 port and switch 2 is connected through Ethernet 1 port. So on Ethernet 0 port, I am going to configure this IP address, and on Ethernet 1 port, I am going to configure this IP address. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the interface configuration. For that, what command you can run? Okay, so now here you can see host name is ASA. Guys, you can, if you want to erase the entire configuration, right, if you want to set default configuration, here you can run one command. Command is very simple, config, and then you can say factory default. Okay, by using this command you can remove the host name configuration from here. Okay, so let me hit enter over here. Okay, so this version of iOS will not support this command. Here you can see the output configuration factory default is not supported on ASA 5520. On my real devices, I will show you this command will work there. Okay, so now if you want to erase the hostname configuration, what command you can run over here? You can run like okay, here you can run erase, erase. If you want to delete a startup configuration, first of all, let me show you, there is nothing in a startup configuration, right? So a startup configuration, here you can see not configuration available, not configuration present in the NVRAM. But if I will save it, if I will write the if I will run write command, it will copy running configuration to a startup configuration automatically, or we can run command copy running configuration to a startup configuration. By using any one command, write command or this command, you can copy your startup configuration in running configuration in startup configuration. And if you want to delete a startup configuration, here you will run command write erase. Okay, but on router, if you want to delete a startup configuration, what command you run? You run erase startup configuration, right? But here on Cisco ASA, you cannot run this command erase startup configuration. There is no any command like this. Fine. So if you want to delete a startup configuration, you can run command write erase. Okay, by using this command you can delete the startup configuration of this router. Okay, now if I want to clear the hostname configuration, right, I want to set default hostname configuration on this ASA firewall, what command I can run? Config t, and here you can run clear configuration hostname. By using this command you can clear, right? Here you can see again default hostname is Cisco ASA. Okay, but you cannot run command like no hostname or ASA. Okay, you can run command clear configuration hostname to clear the hostname configuration. So now you can see that these are default configuration on Cisco ASA. Okay, now let me show you how to check the IP addresses on the interface of Cisco ASA. For that, command is show, not show IP interface brief. This is the command to check IP address on interfaces of router, right? But on firewall, if you will run this command, here you can see I am getting error, invalid input detected at marker, right? That means this command is not valid here, right? So if you want to check routing table, here you will run command show interface IP brief. So interface IP brief. Here you can see I have 4 interfaces on this ASA, but I have not configured any interfaces now. Okay, now let me show you what command you can run else to check the configuration of interfaces, like so run, and suppose interface Ethernet 0. I want to check configuration of Ethernet 0 interface. We can run this command, right? Now you can see over here. Let me maximize it. Okay, now it's fine. Interface Ethernet 0 state. Here you can see shutdown command is running. No name if, no security level, and no IP address. Okay, so I am going to configure this interface first. For that, again go to global config mode, and here you need to go to interface Ethernet 0, right? And here we can define IP address, right? And one more command, if you want to check interfaces configuration, you can run, and that command is show interface Ethernet 0, and then you can run IP brief, right? By using this command also you can check the IP configuration on Ethernet 0 interface. Here you can see this interface is unassigned. Fine. So now on this interface I am going to assign IP address. So command will be IP address, and IP address which I am going to configure over here is 192.168.10.100. Then you need to define subnet mask 255.255.255.0. If you will run so interface IP brief command over here, you can see I have configured IP address, right? I have run this command on interface Ethernet 0, but here you can see Ethernet 0 is unassigned. So let me run no shut command as well over here, no shut down. Okay, and again if you will run command show interface IP brief, still you can see it's not showing any IP address. Status is up, line protocol is up, but IP address is not showing. But if you will check the running configuration of this interface, so run interface Ethernet 0, you can see I have already configured this IP address. So why it's not showing here? Because you have to define, you have to run this command, name if command. Okay, through name if command we can define inside or outside interface. So as you know, Ethernet 0 is connected to my inside network, so this is my inside interface. How we can configure inside interface? For that you will run command name if, and then see here either you can define inside or outside. So I am saying this interface is your inside, and once you will define an interface as inside, security level will be set as 100 by default, right? So here now you can see automatically security level set to 100. If you will check so IP interface, so interface IP brief command, you can see now on this interface I am running this IP address and it's okay. After that method is manual, status is up, and protocol is also up. Let me run so run interface Ethernet 0. You can see over here security level is 100. I have not configured it, right? Security level will automatically set 100 if you will configure name if inside. Okay, now or I can manually define security level as well. Suppose I want to define security level over here, so security level and say just say 50. And now if you will check so run Ethernet, so run interface Ethernet 0, here you can see security level is 50. But can I run no command over here? If I want to remove it, let me try. See, it's saying security level for inside set to 100 by default. Now if you will check so run interface Ethernet 0, again you can say security level is 100. So yes, you can run this command no security level 50 over here, right? Now let me configure another interface. Which interface? Interface Ethernet 1. This is my outside interface. Here I am going to define IP 192.168.20.100 and 255.255.255.0. Name if, this one is my outside interface, so here I will define outside, right? And once you will define interface as outside, security level will set automatically to 0. So here you can see security level on outside interface is 0, right? So now if you will run this command, verification command, so run interface Ethernet 1, here you can see security level is 0 and this is IP address. Here I have configured name if outside. Okay guys, security level is nothing but you can say trustworthy of the interface, right? Which interface is trusted and which one is not trusted. Higher security level is always more trusted, right? And lower security level is less trusted, right? By default traffic are allowed from higher security level to lower security level, but by default traffics are not allowed from lower security level to higher security level, right? So firewall is not going to forward any traffic from outside to inside, because on outside interface you can see security level is 0 and on inside interface security level is 100. So lower security level to higher security level follow will not allowed by firewall until and unless you will define the policies. Okay, I am talking about the default things now, right? So this is default things. By default, lower security level to higher security level, firewall not allow traffic to move. Okay, now if you will run command, so interface IP brief over here, you can see I have configured this to interface, but here I have not run no set command. So again, let me go to global config mode and then interface E1 and say no set over here. Okay, and now if you will verify, so interface IP brief, you can see both interface are up. Okay, both interface are up. Fine. So now hope it's clear. Now I am going to tell you that how to configure password, because you know this is your suppose firewall. This firewall is at your side, at your server room maybe. Just assume, right, somewhere you kept this firewall in your organization. So whenever someone will come here with their laptop, they will take console, that they will connect through console cable and they can get access to your firewall. Yes or no? So here we need to define password. You need to secure your firewall so no one can access this firewall. Only network admin can access this firewall. For that we need to define password. We need to configure password over here on line console, on console ports, right? So that no one can take access of your Cisco ASA firewall. But by default there is no any password, so anyone can connect their laptop through console cable and they can get access of your firewall. So now I am going to show you how to secure your ASA firewall. So let me take you on the firewall CLI, and here I am going to configure, go to config T and let's say password, and just suppose password is admin. Guys, you know, if you will check the running configuration, right, this is a password which I have configured here. But you know, to configure password for Telnet, right, you need to run not this command, you need to run what command? PASSWD only, right? PASSWD and then admin. Okay, this is how you can enable password for the Telnet. This is Telnet password. Okay, if you want to configure enable password over here, enable password. Okay, here we can define admin as well. Okay, so this is how we can secure our firewall, right? Now let me show you the running configuration of this firewall. So run. Okay, if you will check running configuration, here you can see the serial number, hardware, right, which version we are running, these things. These are interfaces configuration. I have already configured these things, right? Here I am going to configure host name as well. Fine. After that, here you can see password. This one is encrypted password. Whatever password you will configure, your password will be not in plain text on firewall. Okay, so these are now configuration here. If I want to save this configuration, I can copy it from running to startup. Okay, so let me copy from running configuration to startup configuration. This is similar like router, right? You will copy running configuration to startup configuration by running this command on router as well. Okay, so there is no any difference. So say yes. Okay, so now if you will check a startup configuration, there will be some configuration. Now here I am going to configure username and password. Okay, username, suppose username is again admin, and then let's say password, suppose password is again admin. Okay, and after that on the router you will run only these things, right? You will run this command. This is a complete command for router, but for Cisco ASA here we need to add some more term, like we have to define privilege label. So let me define privilege label 15 over here. We will discuss about privilege label later in detail, don't worry. Now I am just making you understand basic configuration of Cisco ASA, right? These are very basic configuration. Even you don't know how to take access of Cisco ASA, because many of my subscribers are fresher in ASA. Okay, so that's why I'm making this video. So this video is for the people who is good in routing and switching, and they are interested to learn security. Fine. And now we need to apply this, right? Until and unless you will not apply, it will not work, right? To apply, to enable this username and password, you will call AAA authentication, and here serial. After that, if you will put question mark over here, you can see the console, right? And say local over here, right? So it is going to check the local configuration. Okay, okay, so this is how you can secure your firewall. Right now no one can take access, because if I will exit from here, you can see it will ask for the username, right? So username is again admin and password is admin, right? Now my username and password is wrong, so username is admin, password is again admin. Now you can see I have access in the user mode. Here I need to run enable command to go in privilege mode. Again it's asking for password, but this time password is required because we have configured enable password. So enable password is also admin, right? Now you can see I have access of my Cisco ASA in privilege mode. Now let me show you, let me configure the host name over here. So host name and let's say ASA. Fine. So these are very basic configuration. Now I am going to tell you how to configure Telnet and SSH on this ASA firewall. Okay, so guys, to configure Telnet, here you will run command telnet, and then the IP address of the user who can take Telnet access of this Cisco ASA. You know, we can give Telnet access to this particular user as well. We can give Telnet access to this particular user as well. We can give Telnet access to the user in this network, to all user in 192.168.10.0 network, right? Whoever user sitting in this network can access this firewall through Telnet. Okay, but for now I am going to configure Telnet so that only R1 can take access of Telnet of my Cisco ASA. Okay, so for that let me show you what command you need to run over here. Telnet, and then if you will put question mark here, you can see it is asking for the IP address of host. So here I am going to define IP address which I will configure on router number 1. So 192.168.10.0. If I will put 0 over here, that means this is a network ID. Anyone from this network can access this ASA firewall through Telnet. But here I am going to say .1 only, so that only router 1 can take Telnet access. Okay. After that, here you have to define subnet mask. So subnet mask is 255.255.255.255. You can see I am telling to this firewall to match all 32 bits. Okay, so it will give access to router 1 only. Only router 1 can take Telnet access. If you will hit enter over here, you can see this is invalid command, incomplete command. So here you need to define inside or outside. So you are giving Telnet access to the user, or to the inside user, or to the outside user. And guys, as you know, Telnet is not secure protocol. We cannot give Telnet access to the outside user. We cannot configure Telnet for the outside user. Okay, I will show you. So here I am going to define inside, right? By running this command, you can enable Telnet on Cisco ASA. Now let me define password. So I have already defined password. This is the command to configure password for Telnet, right? I have already run this command, and this password is admin, right? Now if you will check, so run and Telnet, Here you can see I have run how many commands here. Okay, fine. So this is how we can enable telnet. Now let me check that is R1 able to take telnet access of Cisco ASA or not. So again, let me configure IP address on this router first. I think I have not configured anything on this router. So IP interface brief exclude unassign. Okay, so yes, I have already configured IP address over here, you can see, but my IP address is wrong, right? So on F0/0 interface F0/0 say no IP address, and now I am going to define IP 192.168.10.1 fine. Okay, it's overlapping with interface F1/0. Here also let me run no IP address command, and interface F0/0 let me run same command again, right? So let me check connectivity 192.168.10.100, which is running on ASF interface, and here you can see I am able to ping, right? That means there is connectivity, right? Okay, now let me take telnet and then IP address of ASA 192.168.10.100. Here you can see it's asking for password is admin, and now you can see I have access of my ASA firewall. Here we will run enable command, password is again admin, and you can see I have access of my ASA firewall. Okay, now I am going to show you how to enable telnet for the all user who is sitting in 192.168.10.0 network. Okay, for that you will run command telnet 192.168.10.0 255.255.255.0 and again inside. Okay, now this PC can also take telnet access, right? Let me lock the lab. Here it is. Okay, now this PC can also take telnet access of Cisco ASA, right? But earlier this PC cannot could not take telnet access of this ASA. I have checked it. Right now guys, I am going to show you that how to enable telnet for the user, for the all user, you can say for the all user, for the user 0.0.0.0, right? So for that you can run command telnet 0.0.0, right? This is the network ID, right? So by running this command, router is not going to check any bit, right? And wildcard subnet mask will be also 0.0.0, and you can say inside, right? By running this command we can give access to all inside user to take telnet access of my Cisco ASA. Fine. Now if you will run command so run and telnet over here, you can see I have give access to router 1, I have give access to all user from this network, and I have give access to the any user. Fine. Hope it's clear to you guys. If anyone have any doubt, you can let me know. And we have one more way to configure telnet to give access to all people. What we can do, go to global config mode again, and here you can run command telnet 0 0 and say inside, right? This command will also enable telnet, will enable a telnet access for all user. Okay, so you can run this command as well. Here it's saying bad subnet mask, so I think this command is not supportable here. Let me check. Yes, it should fine, but don't know why it's not working over here. Okay, we can configure it like this as well. Okay, leave it, it's not working on this firewall. Okay, maybe because of GNS I am not able to do it. Fine. So now if we want to give the telnet access to outside user, as you know, these are my outside network, outside user, right? This is my outside network. Now I am trying to configure telnet for the outside user, and let's see what happened. Am I able to configure or not? Telnet 192.168.20.0 255.255.255.0 and say outside, let hit enter. Okay, so it is telnet is enabled for the outside user, yes or no. Now let me check that router 2 is able to take telnet access or not. Okay, let me show you. Router 2 cannot take telnet access, right? Because for outside user we cannot enable telnet, we cannot configure telnet on Cisco ASA. As you know, telnet is not secure, but we can configure SSH for the outside user. Here you can see this machine cannot get telnet access of ASA. 0/0 say no IP address first of all, and then IP address will be what? 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0. let me check, am I able to ping it or not? Ping 192.168.20.1. So IP interface brief exclude unassign. So this interface is down. Let me say, let me run no set command over here. Interface f0/0 say no set, right? Now let me ping again, and now you can see I am able to ping the firewall interface, right? Now let me try, am I able to take telnet or not? 192.168.20.100. see, I'm not able to take telnet access of ASA from the outside, network. Okay, because telnet is not secure, your traffic will be flow in the plain text, anyone can read, right? So we cannot enable, we cannot configure telnet on Cisco ASA for the outside user. Okay guys, now I am going to show you how to configure SSH, right? And this is very important. Now let me take you on Cisco ASA again here, and going to enable configure SSH. For that, first thing is we need to generate crypto key RSA. So let me run crypto key RSA command over here. Crypto key generate RSA, right? And then you will define what? Modules, and here you can see you can define the value in bits, and there are 4 value: 1024, 2048, 512 and 6768. always keep in mind higher number will more secure, right? Let me set 1024 over here. Okay, and you can see crypto key is generating, right? It will take few seconds. So if you are going to configure SSH, first of all you need to generate crypto key RSA. You need to run this command, and then let me enable SSH, and then network ID or IP address to whom you want to give SSH access of this Cisco ASA. So let me say IP 192.168.10.1, right? Or you can configure 10.0 if you want to give access to all user from this network. And if you want to give access to all user, you can run command 0.0.0. But here now I am going to give access, configure SSH access for the router 1 only. So let me say 10.1 subnet mask 255.255.255.255. Then again inside. Okay, then we need to define SSH version. As you know, SSH, we have two versions in SSH, version 1 and version 2. Version 2 is more secure as compared to version 1. So let me configure SSH version 2 over here. Fine. After that, we can define SSH timeout, right? Let's say 10 seconds, and then we need to create username and password. I have already configured username and password like this. Username is admin, password is again admin, right? And then you will define what? Privilege level. So I have already run this command, so here I am not going to run this command again, right? And to apply username and password, you need to run AAA authentication SSH console local. You will run this command, AAA authentication, right? Authentication SSH console local. Okay, so first of all, let me run this command. Username is suppose admin, password is suppose again admin, and say privilege label 15, and AAA authentication SSH console and local. Okay, now let me verify that router 1 is able to take SSH access of this ASA or not, right? So first of all, let me exit from here. Now you can see I am on router number 1. I am going to take SSH access of Cisco ASA. So let me run SSH hyphen L, and then username is admin, and then IP address is 192.168.20 dot not 20 10.100. Now you can see password is admin. You can see I have access of my ASA. Let's run enable again, password is admin, you can see. So IP interface brief, no, so interface IP brief. Okay, fine. Now let me enable SSH for the outside user. For that, what command I need to run? SSH. After that, network is 192.168 dot, and let's say 0.0.0 0.0.0. I am going to enable SSH for all outside user. Okay, after that, let's run outside over here, and let's hit enter. Let me check that router 2 is able to take SSH access or not, because router 2 is not able to take telnet access. SSH hyphen L, and username is admin, and network ID is 192.160. IP address of Cisco ASA is 20.100. It will ask you for password. So we can configure SSH on ASA for outside user, but we cannot configure telnet for outside user, right? This is the main learning from this video. Okay, main learning of this video is we cannot configure telnet, because this is a interview question. Many time in interview I also received this type of question. Whenever I was trying to get job in MNC as a network security engineer, so always interviewer ask this type of question to me. And I still remember in one top MNC I was there for the interview, and he asked me that, can you explain firewall? Can you tell me what is firewall, how firewall works in detail? And I have explained for 30 minutes or maybe 25 minutes, and then interviewer did not ask another question. Directly he said, you are selected, right? So these are very important for network engineer. These concepts are very important, and if you are completely fresher in security domain, from here you need to learn, right? First of all, understand the basic things, right? Then go for advanced things. Fine, so these are very basic things. In next video we will understand more configuration of Cisco ASA. That's all for today. If you like this video, please hit on like button, guys. If you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe this channel. And if you want notification whenever I will upload next video of this series, please click on bell icon so that you will get notification whenever I will upload next video. Okay, so this is a firewall series. I am going to upload lots of video in this series, and I am damn sure this series is going to be very exciting, very interesting, right? You guys will learn each and everything about Cisco ASA from the scratch. Even you don't know anything about Cisco ASA, don't worry, guys, right? And if you want to learn any other firewall like Palo Alto, Fortinet, right, Checkpoint, no worry. If you will learn Cisco ASA, right, you can learn any other firewall by yourself, right? Because here I have access through CLI, right? But in Checkpoint, Palo Alto, and and in any other firewall you will get GUI access. As you know, GUI configuration is much easier than CLI. So this is Cisco ASA is like Mercedes car, right? So if you know how to drive Mercedes, you can drive any other car, like you can drive Audi, you can drive BMW, right? So if you will learn Cisco ASA, you can learn any other firewall by yourself, right? I also took training only for Cisco ASA, and I have learned all other firewall by myself. Okay, so you can also learn other firewall by yourself, just if you will learn uh, Cisco ASA, because this is technology, right? So that's all for today. We will meet soon in next video. Till then, stay safe, guys. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.